Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. The storekeeper heard one of his salesmen telling a customer, "No, ma'am, we hadn't had any for some weeks now. It doesn't look as though we're going to get any soon." The owner was horrified at what he was hearing and rushed over to the customer as she was walking out and said, "It isn't true, ma'am. Of course we'll have some soon. In fact, we've placed an order and it was been a couple of weeks, so it should be here very soon." When the lady left, he drew the salesman aside and he growled, "Never, never, ever tell a customer that we don't have anything. You always say we've ordered it and it's on its way. Now tell me, what is it that she wanted?" And the little boy, swallowing a smirk, said, "Rain." Very often in spirituality, we talk about alignment between thought, words, and deeds, and the importance of having harmony and oneness between our thoughts, our words, and our deeds. And if we think about how often we say something that we don't mean, it's actually quite surprising. It is said, watch your thoughts because they become your words, and watch your words because they become your actions. Watch your actions as they become your habits, and watch your habits as they become your character. And your character becomes your destiny. It's a ripple effect. Our thoughts, our words, and our deeds are 3 levels of creation, because everything we think starts becoming our reality unless we stop it, or we doubt it, or we refute it. And anything that already exists is because it started off first as a thought. And so when we thinking our thoughts, we planting the future, we creating reality. And to assert that it becomes reality, it's thinking plus doing becomes reality. And it's very, very interesting because in our thinking and in our doing, it so quickly builds up and it all comes back to us. Whatever we think, we do, we say, just like a boomerang. It comes back to us with astounding accuracy. Exactly what we thought comes back. Exactly what we did and said comes back. But this harmony in thought, word, and deed, first and foremost, is so important because only when they are in line are we whole and complete. Otherwise, we fragmented, believing one thing, saying another thing, doing yet another, or 2/3 of us on one side and 1/3 askew. We disjointed, fragmented. And this can become so much of our pain. There's another quote that I found very powerful. "The most bitter tears that are shed over graves are words left unsaid and deeds left undone." It's so painful because we would have thought it. Maybe we would have had the thought of, "I love you," or the thought of, "I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to hurt you." But we never got around to saying it. Or we never got around to doing something to show them our love or our gratitude, our repentance. When it's a good thought, when it's a noble thought, when it's one that will uplift and add meaning, to have that integration of personality, that it becomes a reality, that the thinking plus doing does become what I want it to become. I need that alignment of thoughts, words, and deeds. And the other regrets we have is when I think it and I say it and I shouldn't have. And so actually I know in thought not to, but I acted, and still there was no integration. A lot of our pain is because we're not aligned in thought, word, and deed. Sankatate Hanuman Chalisa Manakrama Bachana Dhyana Jolave. Those who meditate on Hanumanji or worship him, mana krama vachana, aligned in thought, action and speech, they overcome all difficulties, sankatate. When our mind, body and speech or actions are all aligned, we would easily be able to live a life that has far less sorrow and challenges. Hanuman Chalisa is showing us not making promises of something that will be delivered. It's a recipe of how to overcome difficulties. Think about it.